The old school stood like a sentinel, its shadow stretching across the overgrown yard. Few dared to enter, but curiosity can be a powerful force, especially for a group of adventurous friends. On a stormy night, Emily, Kyle, Sarah, and Jake decided to explore the decrepit halls. Armed with flashlights, they pushed through the rusted gates. In eerie silence, they stumbled upon a hidden room, its door slightly ajar. Inside, the room was filled with dust-covered furniture and forgotten memories. But it was the book on the old wooden desk that caught their attention. Bound in weathered black leather, it seemed out of place, as if it was waiting for them. The title, inscribed in faded gold letters, read, Mortem Manuscriptum. Emily hesitated but eventually reached out to touch the book. As her fingers brushed the cover, a surge of cold energy shot through her. They opened the book, revealing pages filled with strange symbols and names. Emily was the heart of the group. Her kindness and empathy made her the glue that held them together. Kyle was the skeptic, always seeking logical explanations. Sarah was the believer, with a strong connection to the spiritual world. Jake was the daredevil, always looking for the next thrill. The bond between the friends was strong, forged through years of shared experiences. They had faced many challenges together, but nothing like this. The discovery of the book would test their friendship and push them to their limits. Each had their own reasons for wanting to understand the book. They would soon realize that some mysteries are better left unsolved. Emily's life had always been about helping others. Her mother was a nurse and her father a firefighter. Their dedication to saving lives inspired her to become a social worker. Her empathetic nature made her a pillar of strength for those around her. But Emily's compassion also made her vulnerable. Her sensitivity to the supernatural heightened her fear, but also her determination to understand it. The night they found the book, Emily couldn't sleep. The images of the strange symbols and names haunted her. She felt an inexplicable connection to the book, as if it was calling to her. Despite her fear, she knew she had to confront it. Emily's resolve grew stronger with each passing day. She knew they had to find a way to break the curse. Her journey would test her limits, but she was ready to face whatever lay ahead. Kyle's childhood was filled with science fairs and experiments. His parents, both engineers, nurtured his inquisitive mind. He grew up believing in facts and evidence, dismissing anything that couldn't be scientifically proven. When they found the book, Kyle's first instinct was to analyze it. He examined the symbols, searching for a logical explanation, but the book defied all his attempts to rationalize it. Its power was beyond his understanding, and that scared him more than he cared to admit. Kyle's skepticism began to waver as strange events unfolded. He started experiencing vivid nightmares and seeing shadows move. Despite his fear, Kyle remained determined to find a logical explanation. He learned to balance his logical mind with a newfound openness to the unknown. The book challenged his beliefs, but it also made him stronger. Sarah's connection to the spiritual world was innate. From a young age, she experienced things others couldn't. Her grandmother, a shaman, guided her through these experiences. The cursed book resonated with Sarah in a way she couldn't ignore. The symbols seemed to speak to her, whispering secrets of an ancient, malevolent force. Sarah's belief in the supernatural made her the group's guide. She conducted rituals to protect them and meditated for guidance. Her visions were filled with warnings, urging her to find a way to contain the book's power. Sarah embraced her gifts fully, understanding their purpose. Her spirituality became their beacon of hope. Jake thrived on adrenaline. From a young age, he sought out thrilling experiences. His fearless nature often got him into trouble, but it also made him the life of the party. The cursed book was just another adventure for Jake. He saw it as a challenge, a mystery to unravel. But as strange events began to unfold, his bravado started to wane. Jake's nightmares were the most vivid. He realized the danger was real and that his actions had consequences. Jake's journey was one of humility and self-awareness. His daredevil spirit evolved into a protective instinct. The first incident occurred a week after they found the book. It was a sunny afternoon, and the friends had gathered at Emily's house. They were poring over the book when a sudden chill filled the room. Emily felt a sharp pain in her chest, as if an icy hand had reached inside her. She gasped, clutching her heart, and the others rushed to her side. Sarah began chanting a protective spell, her voice steady despite the fear in her eyes. Jake stood guard, flashlight in hand, scanning the room. Emily's hand finally stilled and she collapsed into Kyle's arms, exhausted. The incident left them shaken but also more determined to find a way to break the curse. They decided to seek help from an expert in the occult. The friends reached out to Professor Langford, a renowned expert in ancient texts and occult artifacts. They met him at his cluttered study, filled with books and artifacts from around the world. Professor Langford listened intently as they recounted their experiences. He examined the book, his brow furrowing as he traced the symbols with a gloved hand. "This is an ancient tome," he said, his voice grave. "Its origins are shrouded in mystery, but it's clear that it was created with dark intentions. The names written in it are a binding spell, a contract with death. The only way to break the curse was to find the original ritual and reverse it." Armed with this knowledge, the friends embarked on a quest to find the original ritual. Each step brought them closer to the truth but also closer to danger. They had to find the ritual and break the curse before it was too late. The climax of their journey brought them to an ancient cave, hidden deep in the forest. According to their research, this was where the original ritual had been performed. The cave was filled with strange carvings, depicting scenes of sacrifice and dark ceremonies. Sarah led the way, her intuition guiding them to the heart of the cave. They found an altar, covered in dust and cobwebs. The symbols etched into it matched those in the book. They prepared for the ritual, following the instructions they had gathered. As they began the ritual, the cave seemed to come alive. The book's guardian spirit appeared, a hulking, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes. Emily recited the incantation, her voice steady despite the fear that gripped her. Kyle and Jake held off the spirit using makeshift weapons to fend it off. As the final words of the incantation echoed through the cave, the spirit let out a deafening scream and vanished. The curse was broken and the friends felt a wave of relief wash over them.